All right, guys, this will be the Week 8 Intel video. Instead of having a look at the championship pieces in this Intel video, I think there's enough there that I want to do that as a separate video, so I'm probably going to come out with that Friday. But I did add, I'm going to take a look at some good and bad playoff schedules for some players at the end of this video. So jumping into the waiver pickups for this week, Tyrone Tracy going to be the lead back now for the Giants. Not a great week this past week, but obviously a larger role for him moving forward. Troy Franklin, he had a big game. Don't know that this is going to be a week-to-week play, but Troy Franklin, we've seen him pop twice now, so definitely worth an add at this point. Tank Bigsby. This is more of a handcuff, but Eagles traded for him, and he played really well when Saquon was out, so just a lot of value there if Saquon does deal with an injury. And then Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins, these are both of the Texans' rookie receivers. Jaden Higgins is more of a Nico Collins type, and Jalen Noel is more of a slot guy. So I don't really know if either of these guys are going to hit, but they both have looked well in their very limited opportunities this year and could be a late season breakout. So looking into some bad playoff schedules, first we got Brian Thomas Jr. First two rounds there is an absolute gauntlet, and probably, in my opinion, the top two cornerbacks in the league in Sauce Gardner and Patrick Surtain. If you make it past that, you get a good matchup with Indy in round 3. But those first two rounds, he's practically not startable. Mecca Ibuka, pretty close to the same thing. Really good passing defenses. He's got probably going to be shadowed by AJ Terrell and then by J.C. Horn in the first 2 rounds. And Miami, I don't think their pass defense is actually that great. It's just their rush defense is that bad that you really don't need to throw the ball against them to win. Kenneth Walker on top of the Zach Charbonnet goal line vulture. You can just see there 3 really good D-lines that he's going to have to face. And then DeAndre Swift faces the number 1 rushing defense in the Browns. And then Green Bay with the 4th best rushing defense in the 2nd round. Looking at good playoff schedules here, we have a lot of guys that have been relatively underwhelming this year, but have some good playoff matchups and could be big down the stretch. Justin Jefferson and Terry McLaurin face some pretty bad secondaries through all 3 of these weeks. They both have the Cowboys and the Giants in there. And then looking down at the 2 running backs I have, Saquon, very run-heavy offense and some pretty solid matchups there. And then Chase Brown, especially with potentially having Joe Burrow back, Chase Brown could be a playoff monster this year. So that's all I have for this Week 8 Intel video. The recap video will be out Wednesday. And like I said, I want to do that championship pieces video probably on Friday. So thank you guys.